Hey, what's going on? So you're looking for an advanced tip to help you code maybe a little bit more within EarSketch. Well, I can help you out with that. In our last video, we talked about getting started with the coding of the music within EarSketch. We talked about adding effects to those different tracks that you would be interested in. We also talked about how to download your particular sketch and compress it so it turns it into, we used a WAV file, but you can turn it into an MP3 if you decide. So the one trick that I want to kind of show you is actually dealing specifically with code. If you're looking at, let's say, multiple sounds, in the music industry, especially if you look at like modern songs today, they don't have just, let's say, 3-4 instruments. They literally have a large collection of instruments really throughout multitude of different genres within music. So when artists and when producers are actually kind of like organizing the different sounds and beats, they do so certainly outside of coding, but you can actually organize those different sounds and beats within EarSketch, so it makes it a little bit easier on the back end. Let me give you an example in terms of what I'm talking about. So I want you to go ahead and direct your attention to my code editor window, and what I'm going to do is right below the set tempo. I know right now I kind of have like the fit media for the dubstep for my last song, but I'm going to go ahead and create a couple lines of code. And I have to admit, this is something that I actually do to start off with any song that I am producing within EarSketch. So first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tell EarSketch that every time you see a certain word, I want you to reference this sound. Like for instance, let's say that I wanted to use like a guitar. So, I'm using maybe like an electric guitar, whatever it may be. So I'm going to go ahead and type in that quick little reference code there. So guitar 1. So what I'm telling EarSketch, if I could spell here, there we go. So every time that I reference this word guitar 1, what I want EarSketch to do is I want you to grab a guitar sound. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and quickly research or find a guitar sound here. I apologize. I had my artist name up there real quick, so I'm going to go ahead and clear that out. And then as you can see, they all popped up. And I'm going to go ahead and maybe choose one that's not like the first one off the list. Let me go ahead and kind of skip a little bit towards like the rock stuff. So let me just sample this one right here. I can dig that one. That's a good one. So let's assume that I'm going to go ahead and go with this rock, pop, rhythm, guitar one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that line of code over to guitar 1. So as you can see, guys, is that what I am telling EarSketch is that every time you see within the line of code guitar 1, I want you to reference this particular sound. So let me kind of show you what that actually looks like a little bit later on. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and actually delete this, and so that we can actually show you physically what this looks like from start to finish. So please excuse me for one quick second. There you go. So remember again, guys, that we still need to add the media in. So we still need to type in a line of code, fit media. Now, in prior videos, what it did was it actually had you copy over the sound right here. Well, since we told EarSketch that every time you see guitar 1, reference this particular instrument. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to go ahead and type in guitar 1. Now, remember again, guys, that with the media files, we need to identify the track, when we want that sound to start, and when we want it to end. So I'll keep things pretty simple. I'm going to make this track 1. Let's say that I want you to go ahead and start with the first beat, first measure, and then I want you to go ahead and stop at the 10th. Not a big deal. We're going to go ahead and click run. So guys, what we've actually done is we have, pardon me, I'm just going to move that up a little bit. So what we've done is that we've kind of like simplified our coding just a little bit. Again, where this really comes in handy is, let's say that we have, more than a few, instruments. Let's say we wanted to add some drums in there. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and look up some drums, and I'm not going to be too particular in terms of which one I'm going to grab. So I'm just going to grab like the solo one. I'm going to copy that code over there. All right. So now we got some drums. Okay. So recall again, guys, tip of the pros. Make sure that you leave some lines of code underneath each instrument that you bring in. So I'm going to move this down just a little bit so you can see it a little better. So I'm going to go ahead and add in my drums. Remember, again, that's fit media. And since we've referenced that every time we type in the word drums, it's going to bring up this sound, we're going to go ahead and type that in. So drums. And then we need to say, all right, so instead of track 1, which we've identified as being the guitar already, we need to go ahead and place the drums in track 2. And we're going to go ahead and have it start at the beginning, just like the guitar, and we're going to have it end at the same time. I'm going to go ahead and click run, so it shows up in our digital workstation. There you go. So guys, again, that's kind of a more advanced way to actually use coding within EarSketch. What that does is that allows you to kind of help organize your different sketches so that it doesn't get messy. If you need some help, let me know. I'd be glad to assist you. Have fun.